Hey, I'm Lane. I'm Lane. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, there's probably not going to be a change because it's only like day 3. But yeah, this is my voice day 3 on testosterone, and I'm so happy right now. Like I kid you not. Before I started taking testosterone, when I was very much not completely out or able to be out as I am now, it was a struggle to get me out of bed in the morning. I literally would be like lying in bed and be like, I don't want to get up. I just want to sleep. I just want to stay in bed all day. But now that I have a reason to get out of bed, the testosterone, I have to get up to like take it. Otherwise, I'm just not going to be taking it for the day, and that bums me so much. I wake up in the morning when my alarm goes off so happy, like, yes, I'm ready. Let's do this. And it's so amazing to feel like that. I kid you not, it is the most wonderful feeling ever to have something to get out of bed for, to have something that you look forward to doing so much that staying in bed is like not an option. It's kind of crazy how in the space of 3 days I went from not wanting to get out of bed, being pretty much depressed and a little bit down about the fact that I wasn't transitioning. Well, I was out as a trans, I was transitioning, I was trying to look as male as possible, but the fact that my voice was very much high female just made me want to cry. Like, the amount of times I go into a shop and I buy things and they go, "Hi lovely, how are you doing, dear?" And I kind of just want to go, please don't call me lovely, please don't call me dear, I am a dude, call me sir or mister, don't call me anything but. And I know it's a long process to go from where I am now to being able to be seen as male, and that will be like, when that happens, when I get a day where someone actually refers to me as sir or mister, I am probably going to cry. I'm probably going to be like leaving the shop and be like, holy shit, that actually flipping happened, and then it's like cry. I'm like, yes, I finally made it. I finally no longer have the internal fear and dread and pain of being misgendered, because there's nothing worse than being misgendered. See, I was watching a little clip that a trans group that I follow called My Generation. I will leave a link to their YouTube video in the little description box because they're awesome, and I suggest people go check them out. I suggest people support them because they are honestly the most amazing people I've seen. I don't know them personally, but they are so welcoming, so inclusive. They welcome everyone into their little bubble, and they're like, we're all a massive family here, and it's like such a good feeling to know that you've got someone out there. Even if you don't know them personally, you've never spoken to them, you probably never will, but the fact that they are there and they're saying, here, we're queer, and we're proud, and I'm just like, yes. And what was I going to say? They have a clip where the two people in there, Owl and Fox, they both sit down and they have a dog, and someone misgenders the dog. I think they call it a she, and Fox and Owl both explain that it's actually a boy, and the woman, the actress in there goes, I think it's an actress or an actor, I'm not 100% sure, goes, "Oh, I am so sorry." And that literally, when I watched that hit home to me, because the fact, we misgender animals, but when we get told that they are the wrong gender to what we assume they are, we all apologise for it. But when it comes to humanity, when we come out as transgender, we get belittled, we get bullied, we get beaten, we just get slaughtered because of the fact that we're different. How can we accept animals as different, but we can't accept ourselves, our own flipping race, as different? I don't like that one bit. In fact, not only do I not like it, I find it abhorrent. about how unfair we judge others because they're not what we assume they are. Like, seriously, I can remember once I was in Swansea. It's a local town to me. It's not my local town anymore. I've got a different one. And we were shopping, me and Lex. If you've seen it in my previous videos, you know that Lex is the person I have escaped from and I will never be going back to because of the way Lex was treating me and just the way I was with her. Regardless, it was not a good place for me to be. So when I got out. But I can remember this one time, I believe we were in the Tesco's supermarket near the bus station. And Lex was going around picking up reduced items so that she could make food. I don't know why she always reduced, but she'd go for the reduced items and she'd buy as much of the reduced as she can, like leave none for anyone else, go to the checkouts, buy it all, stick half of it in the freezer, and then within the year be chucked out because she hadn't used it. That's what she's like. That's what she's like. She's a food hoarder, I'd call her. It's a bargain, you can't leave it, you have to have it. No, if it's a bargain and you don't need it, you just freaking walk away from it because you don't need it, so what's the point of buying it? Anyway, I digress. And there was this gay man there. Now, I don't know who I haven't met him. I didn't meet him then. I don't even know what he looks like. I can't remember what he looks like. But I can remember he had a walk, an interesting walk. But I saw that and I just kind of went, he's cool. And Lex saw him walking and she pointed out his walk and he goes, oh, look at him, he's so gay. No. Such a fag. And she mimicked his walk. I kid you not. I looked at her, straight at her, and I went, that's homophobia. Stop it. And she goes, well, I'm only doing what he's doing. And I went, no, you're being a TERF. You're insulting him because he's different and you don't like it. And I actually walked away from her and I would not go back to her until she stopped it. And to this day, to that guy out there, I am so sorry that you had to be victimized by her like that. I am sorry that she did that to you because that was not on. I didn't stand for it. In fact, I walked away from her because I was like, if you can do that to someone you don't even freaking know, goodness knows what you can do to someone you do know. That's just not on, and I was not having it. So I apologise to you for not standing up more. To every single gay person out there, every single trans person, every single non-binary, whatever you identify yourself with. I will stand up for you. Because I've been where you are, I've been through it, and I'm out of it. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. I mean, come on. I went through literal hell for over 2 decades of my life. And one thing I regret is getting the chance to leave when I was like 24, 25 with my best friend Matthew. If I had stood my ground then, who knows where I'd be now? Who knows? But they say things happen for a reason, and I guess going back into hell meant that this heaven that I'm now living is so much sweeter, so much more deserved, so much better than anything I could imagine. I mean, I spoke to Matt last night because I was like absolutely giddy. I was like, dude, I need to speak to you because I'm on testosterone. This is happening. I need to talk to you. And we talked for like 20, 30 minutes. And our bond, which we've had since I was like 13 and he was 11, it had fractured a bit because of Lex, because she forced me to cut ties with him because of the way he was, and she didn't like the fact that he was giving me freedom, he was supporting me, he was letting me be me. She didn't like that, so she literally forced me to cut ties with him, and that broke my heart. in such a way, I didn't think it would ever be repaired. But the moment I got out from Lex's place, the moment I stepped out and I knew I was never going back, I messaged Matt and I said to him, "Hey hun, I did it. You're probably not going to believe this, but I have left her house and I'm never going back. It's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. It's about time I got free. And I know you probably don't want to talk to me because of all the shit that has gone on between the two of us. But I am sorry you went through that. But I love you. And if you ever want to talk to me, go ahead." And last night when we talked, I felt that part of my heart that had broken, that had fractured because of her, heal. I felt it. And him and I, we're just as strong as we were back then, as if the break never happened. We went through hell with that break. But it didn't break us completely and forever. It just fractured and we healed it over time. And now, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for him. Because he went through it too with Alex and his own parents. And I'm not going to talk about his story because that's his story to tell, it's not mine. But he went through it too because of Lex. And it's the most amazing thing in the world is to know that someone you've known for over half your life is still there by your side, still willing to be your friend, or in my case, brother, because he is my younger brother, because there's no other way around it. Our bond is way more than friendship, it's brotherhood. We're bros, man, we're bros. I say bros before hoes, but I ain't saying nothing. And yeah, if it wasn't for him, God knows where I'd be, but I probably wouldn't be here. And then there's my younger sister, Amy. Now, we're not related, it's just the same bro to sisterhood feeling that we got. I'm her bro, she's my sister, and I remember when I came out to her as trans for the first time, and she accepted that, and I was like, holy shit, she's accepted me straight away. And then I was like iffing and offing about it, so I didn't like to say, oh, I'm transitioning completely until this year. And when I told Amy that I was leaving Alexa's house, I was getting out, I was never returning, she just said, well done, good for you. And she said, I knew there was something wrong, because if I was buying something, I'd always say, if I buy that, Mum would kill me. Because she would rip me apart verbally. She'd done that for years, and she'd still do it now if she could. And I was like, that's what she's like, she'll just attack me. And she said, I knew there was something wrong, but well done for getting out. And she actually told me that she's proud of me that I got out. I can't tell you how good it feels to have people tell you that they're proud of you again. Because for so long in my lifetime, I would do something that I felt was good, that I could be proud of. And Lex would say to me, what do you want? A medal or a chest to put it on? And that would cheapen my feelings of pride. I would think to myself, maybe it wasn't worth being proud about, maybe it wasn't something I should have been proud about. She was cheapening me and deadening me on the inside, and that's not good. That's not okay. That's not acceptable. But yeah. And then this year, I went looking for my sister, Natalie, who, she went through hell. Not the same hell that I went through, but what she went through was just as bad, if not worse. Because what she went through, it was biological. It was a biological attack on her from Lex. I don't mean biological in the sense that it was an actual fucking virus, or it was some serious illness, or it was like going to be a pandemic like we're in now. I mean, the attack Lex did on Natalie is inexcusable. It is unforgivable, and it was evil. I'm not going to tell Natalie's story because that's her story. But I was stuck in the middle between Natalie and Alice and Lex for so long that it hurt. That I couldn't speak about my sister because I knew if I did, I would get it in the neck from Lex. She would come for me. So if she ever sees this, if she ever finds this YouTube channel of mine, if she ever finds this video, one thing to say to you, Lex, bring it on, because I'm not scared of you anymore. There will come a day when you and I will see each other, and I will just walk past you with no emotion, no recognition, nothing. You are a stranger to me. And it wasn't my doing, it was yours. So if you want to play the victim, if you want to say, it's Lane's fault this happened, it's Natalie's fault this happened, it's someone else's fault it's happened, you play the victim. But know this, the only people who play the victim are the ones who did it in the first place. Because a victim doesn't have to play a victim, they are a victim. And that is different, completely different. It's the difference between putting on a play and being yourself. When you are in character, you're in character. And that's what playing a victim is, you're a character. But you're not a victim. You're the instigator, you're the bully. Stop it, yeah? Because you're making yourself look like an absolute idiot. When I first left, I was worried about what Lex would have said about me behind my back to her friends. Insulted me, called me names under the bridge, sworn, flown off the handle, ripped things up, destroyed things. I don't care. And I did care then that what she was saying would come to hurt me. But I realised since then, that doesn't matter. That matters nothing. Not one little bit. Because I'm out. I'm free. And I'm in the best place I'll ever be. I wrote a Facebook post last night when I was feeling really loved by everyone. And I wanted them to understand that I appreciated what they did for me. And yeah, I definitely made it a soppy post, and that's not something I do very often, but yeah. So, but yeah, if it wasn't for Matt, Amy and Natalie, I wouldn't be in the healthy part of my life that I'm in now. And if it wasn't for Gemma, my best friend, my unofficial cousin, if it wasn't meeting her all those years ago with Lex and meeting Gemma's mum, Jane, at the same time, if it wasn't me meeting them, again, I literally would not be here in this place. I would not be in this place. Because them two gave me a life, gave me a family when I didn't have one. They got me on my 2 feet. They have done so much more to me in the past 8 to 9 months than my actual family, excluding Natalie because we weren't talking then, so she's not part of this, and my entire family had done for me in over 20 years. They gave me the building blocks to make something of myself. They gave me love and support, and they accepted me as I am. When I came out as trans, Jane just went, yeah, cool, you do you. You do you. And that feels so good. You do you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do me. Jane told me that she had a dream recently of me when I fully transitioned, and I saw Alison, and I walked up to her, and Alison didn't recognise me, And I just looked at Alison and I went, I can't wait for that day to come when I will see Alison and I know it's her, and instead of being like, it's Alison, panic, have a freaking meltdown on the inside, start panicking, start feeling really low and despair and small, I will look at her and I'll know she's not worth it, because she's honestly not. She's not worth my time. She's not worth thinking about. She's just not. There are plenty of parents out there who disown their kids, just as much as there are kids out there who disown their parents. We need to be more understanding. We need to be more accepting. We need to love more and hate less. We need to stop judging people because of what they are or who they are. Being gay, you're born with it. Being trans, you're born with it. Just like you're born with a genetic disorder, you can't change what you're born. You can't. It's physically impossible. I don't think we've learned how to splice DNA to make someone go from this to that. If you have, someone tell me, please. But yeah. We need to heal the world. And right now it's fractured in so many places. But I have a solid support system. I have a family. I have friends. I have acceptance. I have love. I have a life and I have a future now. So for those who are wondering what happened to part 2, I have filmed it. I am actually editing it because I made a lot of mistakes in it, like so I'm gonna have to edit it madly. One thing I have noticed, and I don't know if it's just psychological or if it's just a placebo right now, but I am so hungry all the time. Like literally, I will eat something and within 2 hours I want to eat more things, and I'm like, oh god, no. One thing I am so ecstatic about is becoming the person I was meant to be. I can't explain how it feels to know that I'm lucky. I am one of the lucky ones, and I know I'm privileged to be able to get this hormone that I'm on, to be able to have the life I have, to have the family I have. I know that. So I want to take my platform and I want to help people who aren't so fortunate, aren't so lucky, don't have the resources that I do, or the chance that I had. So I'm thinking, of ways I can give back. And I'll let you know when I come up with. I'm not making a promise about anything just yet, because the way things are going right now, you make a promise, you might end up having to tweak it or undo it. And I don't like doing that. When I give you my word, it's my word. Unless it's an unfair and it's a forced promise, in which case, count your chickens, love, because they ain't hatching, they ain't laying any eggs right now. So yeah. This is me laying 3 days on testosterone and in a much happier place than I've ever been. And to all those out there who by my side, I see you, I thank you, and I will one day repay you for that. I love you. I love all of you. In fact, not only do I love you, I accept you. And right now, this is so random, one of my feet have actually gone dead, so I've actually got pins and needles in my right foot because I'm sitting on it cross-legged. So I'll go now. Oh, my voice. My voice is really like funny and cracking all the time, and I don't know if that's just testosterone. I don't think it should happen this fast. It might not, but yeah. So if you need me, I will put down my social media links so you can get in contact with me. Generation. So if you need to contact me about anything, you can do. I'm open and I'm willing to listen. And if you need help, I will guide you in the right direction. I will not give you help myself because I am not a health professional. The only thing I can give you is my view on how to proceed, or like if you ask me for my opinion on something, I can give you my opinion, but I am not a health professional and I never will be. I don't think I will be anytime soon. I mean, I would like to be a therapist, but we've got so much unpacking to do before I even think about that, so not happening. But yeah, if you need me, know I am. From one bro to another. Stay safe, look after yourself, and peace.